Hello everyone, my name is Void Doctor and welcome back to another episode on the InfinityCraft server. And today we're starting out this episode in the city of Aria, where off camera I've been working on some of the ruins we started last episode, which actually did really well. Thanks to all of you for watching that. That did really well. I don't know why. I was building a bunch of ruins and a bunch of other stuff, but yeah, I don't know why that video did so well. But as you can see here, there are a lot more ruins around the outskirts of Aria, down there even. I think that's actually another landmass way out there. And over here, more ruins. All the way around the outskirts, we just added some more ruins on stream last night. It was a great time. So yeah, if you want to catch me on Twitch, by the way, twitch.tv/VoidDoctorLive. It's the only time I'm going to promote my Twitch channel in the entire episode, don't worry. But yeah, just if you want to catch me on Twitch, twitch.tv/VoidDoctorLive. I know it seems like I'm for some reason obsessed with banks now that I've built 2 banks in the last few episodes. I'm not obsessed with banks. This is just a complete coincidence. These are just sort of necessary things, or at least this bank, the Bank of Aria, is just sort of a necessary addition, I feel. Okay, so I think I may have found a cool piece of land right here that'll probably work for our bank build, and I've realized only recently that we're starting to run out of room in Aria. There isn't a lot of big boulevards that have open space here, and I've sort of cut myself off with those 2 towers out there that I built a while back. So, yeah, there isn't a lot of big land or big plots of land that are close to the storage hall, so either we're going to need to expand out this way or find another way to add bigger builds if we want to add any more. So, yeah, this may become a problem, but I'm just going to begin construction on this bank in the form of a third-person time-lapse. So, as always, enjoy the time-lapse. Alrighty then, folks, mud has been acquired, and I think it's time-lapse time. So, as always, enjoy the time-lapse.
Yeah.
All right, folks, the bank build is done, and I really think this has come out a lot better than I expected it would. I thought it would just look like sort of a generic build, but as I gave it that mud roof and a lot of these carved sandstone blocks, it really started to get its own sort of personality, and I really like that about it. But as you can see inside, it is still very dark and very sandy. So I think the next step is going to be putting a floor and some lighting in there. Not really a full interior yet, we'll do that on camera, but just a little bit of just some floor action and some lights in here would definitely make adding an interior a lot easier. So let's get on that. All right, folks, so I got a nice mangrove wood floor in here with some logs as the knots in the wood and some bracket torches on the walls. And the next thing I want to do before we get an interior set up, because I kind of want to base the interior around the redstone system that I have planned, is get some sort of emerald dumping area in here, somewhere where I can just dump emeralds into a barrel or a chest and just have them flow into a vault, preferably like with a stairwell down here, just underground, a bunch of chests that fill up one chest at a time as the emeralds are deposited. I think that should be fairly simple, so I'm just going to get that set up right now. Alright, so I actually took the time to add the street as well, as I had to completely knock out the ground over there, making all the sand cave in to this massive hole that I've dug down here. And I think the very simple texturing I did to the wall, along with these cross beams with this singular lantern here, looks really nice. It definitely sort of clashes with the surface, but that's sort of the point. It's supposed to feel like an entirely different style of build. So yeah, now what I'm going to do is just sort of figure out how I'm going to build this emerald storage system, and then we have a business meeting to attend with Too Much Mustard. This isn't fun. I've almost completely run out of wood for decoration since I used a bunch to craft these chests, and that's not even that many chests. So yeah, I'm a little bit nervous about this. Alright, so I started digging out where the hoppers are going to go to start feeding the chests, and it just so turns out that the corner of this builder, the far right wall, is completely in line with the far right wall of this build, which is awesome. Like, I'm talking about right wall when you come down the steps, by the way. So yeah, that's kind of cool. So I can just dig down, and the input chest can be in the corner, the input barrel can be in the corner up there, and it can come down here and go both ways, which is awesome. And as you may have noticed from that clip, I'm again completely out of chests and logs too. All right, so I've pretty much gotten this whole place set up here, and now it's time to test if it actually works. There's a zombie in my wall somewhere around here. Alright, time to see if this system that I just spent the last 2 hours figuring out actually works. Let's go check it out. And it does! Yay! I already had tested it because that chest that fell in the hoppers. Yeah, that was the second time testing it. Anyway, now I think I'm just gonna add a very simple interior in here. But before we do that, we have to attend a meeting. It happens right here. Alright, so I just realized we probably should have just done this at the shopping district to begin with. Let's just walk over to the shopping district. Alright, so let's go down into the vault. I forgot about that.
Squid is protected. Don't break it. Don't break it.
Alright, let's just head down here. Alright, so, finances. They're not going too well. Company finances. We've made almost no profits, right? Have you sold anything at your shop that wasn't bought by me?
No.
Oh.
I mean,
yeah, that's not exactly profits, though. I think that's just both of us mining and putting diamonds in. All these are empty.
no.
These are all just waiting for new people, I guess. Yeah, so company finances. I think we're doing all right, but we're not making a profit. We're just mining for all of our diamonds. So I think there's one of two strategies that we can do, right? We can try and recruit new people on the server to get the economy more active, or we can just spam more advertisements at the other Infinity Crafters. Which one would you prefer? Recruitment?
I think the first one would be better, yeah.
Yeah, I do. That's gonna involve socializing with people, so yeah, I think it's gonna take a bit for me to remember how to meet new people, but other than that, yeah, good talk. Let's, I'll buy you a drink, alright?
Thank you.
Good, alright, cool. All right, folks, as you heard during that meeting, exciting things are happening internally on the InfinityCraft server. And as the server's owner and moderator and admin and like lead director, I think me alongside Too Much Mustard and maybe a couple other people are going to start recruiting some, scouting out some, content creators and just cool Minecraft players to try and join the InfinityCraft server and just give the server some more life to it, as we're, the number of active players naturally sort of decreases as time goes on, especially during a season. A lot of people join during the beginning and then sort of the numbers sort of, peter out towards the end, and we're getting towards the middle of the season, which is generally the least active part. So just getting some more people on the server right now would be awesome. So we're going to do some scouting and recruiting, and I already have a couple cool content creators in mind that I'm going to send invites to, and hopefully we can get some awesome people on the server. Now, the next idea I have for the bank is not an interior like I said before, but actually, before we do that, a currency exchange. And that's basically just going to be a set of redstone machines that should basically let me turn emeralds into iron, as emeralds on this server at least are more common than iron, and iron into gold, gold into diamonds, and then maybe eventually diamonds into netherite. This is less useful for me and more useful for other Infinity Crafters who are stopping by for a visit and just want to, maybe get some extra emeralds in there, or get some extra iron for something, I don't know, or maybe, to trade with villagers to get more emeralds. That kind of stuff should be fairly useful, and I'm unfortunately haven't figured out any way to reverse the process, turn netherite into diamonds, that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm just going to create a one-way currency exchange, and this should be pretty cool. So yeah, and then I'll take you guys along for the ride. All right, so I didn't really think it made sense to teach you guys how to build this machine way underground. So I'm just teaching you guys how to make it in the survival world, and then I'll just make it on InfinityCraft. So essentially what it is, this circuit right here actually is just, this was just an experiment. It didn't do anything. So you just have your dropper right here, your input hopper, or your input chest. And for emeralds, you put in 20 emeralds, and this circuit will give you 14 iron. You put in 14 iron, and it will give you 8 gold. Put in 8 gold, and it will give you 5 diamonds. And you can change the timings. Like here, if I wanted to, that would be about 4 diamonds, and that would be about 3 diamonds. It's based on delays, right? It's based on how delayed it is, and also how slow the clock is. The iron clock is the fastest and also starts the earliest. The gold clock is slower and also starts later, and the diamond clock is the same speed as the gold clock, but starts much later. So yeah, that's sort of the premise behind this whole machine. And it's fairly simple, as you can see here. Just if you want to build this in your world, just sort of copy this down, and then you'll have a perfectly working currency exchange. Just remember, you input 20 emeralds into here to get it started, and then 12 iron into here, and then around and then 8 gold into there. And again, that's just how it works, but you can put in any amount if you want. So let me give you an example. All right, so I have 28 emeralds right here, and I'm just going to put them in here. And as you can see, I'm going to start picking up iron. It's kind of slow, but it works. I got 19 iron from that, and then I put it in here. Got 10 gold from that, and I'm going to put it in here. And I got 6 diamonds. As you can see, the diamonds really change the least depending on how many emeralds you put in, because they're much rarer, so therefore more valuable. And so, yeah, that seems like a fair conversion. You turn, what was that, 28 emeralds into 6 diamonds. That seems like a fairly fair conversion. So, yeah, that's fairly fair. So that's the whole machine, and I'm just going to build this on the InfinityCraft server. All right, so I've slightly updated the exchange. Now it's, if you put in 20 emeralds, you still get 8 gold, but 8 gold only turns into 1 diamond, because I think that, well, no, you get 14 iron, 8 gold. 1 diamond, because I really think that 20 emeralds should really only be equal to 1 diamond, because pretty much everyone has villagers now. And so, yeah, I just think it's a better idea to have the diamonds be slightly harder to acquire, since this is coming out of my cut of the big incorporated expenses. So, yeah, it's coming out of my quotes paycheck, I guess. All right, so I've started getting the currency exchange all set up, and thank God, the timings work. Those timings in the machine, they are incredibly complicated to get right just on the first try. So thank the Lord, those timings are correct. So yeah, now I'm just finishing the last diamond one, and this is probably the most complicated one, but it's all fairly easy, and then we'll be done with the currency exchange, and I should be able to come down here and get some gold and iron, just kind of quickly if I'm down here and I need some gold and iron to trade with villagers while I'm getting emeralds. It's a good way to do it. And yes, I know what you're all saying, it's overkill because I could just, build some gold and iron storage down here, but this is also fun. This was a fun redstone project, so yeah, I'm glad I made this. All right, folks, the currency exchange and the bank vault itself are now both complete, with the bank vault, the emerald vault, I guess you could say, looking very nice in this corner, and then the currency exchange looking very insignificant over here. I may need to fix that paint, maybe put some iron, gold, and diamond blocks above there. That would make it look pretty nice. So, yeah, as you can see here, if we grab 20 emeralds and chuck them in here, we will end up with 14 iron. That 14 iron goes in here, and we get 8 gold, and that 8 gold goes in here. And we get 1 diamond from this. So a very simple system, and all nicely hidden in the wall. And now I think it's time to wrap today's episode up. So as always, my name has been Void Doctor. Please like, subscribe, and share if you did enjoy today's episode and feel inclined to do so. And I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.